Good morning. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, and welcome to the morning pour. Y'all, I am super excited to be here. It is Wednesday. It is a brand new day, and you guys know what to do by now. We almost a month in. As you guys come into the broadcast, let me know where you guys are tuning in from, and let me know what you guys are thankful and grateful for. My name is Cheryl Mazik, you guys. I am the CEO and creator of Ladies of Faith Over Fear. And at Ladies of Faith Over Fear, we help women to overcome their fear, right? Have faith and do the healing work so that they can truly live and do what God has called them to do. Healing from their trauma, their childhood trauma, the trauma from that relationship, the trauma from grief, the trauma from whatever experiences that has broken you, right? Now it's time to heal from those things and move forward and thrive and turn that mess into a message, okay? I do that with workbooks, online courses, community experiences, challenges, and amazing health and wellness products, okay? And so on those natural health and wellness products, I personally have lost 50 pounds from those products, using the products and doing a lifestyle change, right? And so I would love to help you. If you would like to get help in any of those ways, you can click the link in my bio, or you can go to the link that I tagged to the video on Facebook. And if you're watching this on a replay, you can go to the link in the YouTube channel or the description of the video. And if you're on TikTok, hello, good morning, you can click the link in my bio. You can find all the ways to contact me, okay? Also this morning, I put the link to our new challenge. It's going to be happening in October. Okay, so the challenge is exclusively for women. It's for women to learn how to fill their cup first, right? Starting the first thing you wake up is making sure that you work on self, work on that spiritual growth, connecting with your creator, right? Then making sure that your mind is good, making sure that you are good before you go out there and do what you're called to do with those that you're called to serve, right? As leaders, as women, as mommies, as wives, we serve, right? And so we got to make sure that we're good before we can actually go serve those that we're called to serve, okay? So that challenge is absolutely free. You can click the link in my bio, or you can go to Advantage, ABVANTAGE.net, okay, /home, HOME, and you can sign up for our absolutely free challenge. It starts on October the 1st, and it ends on October the 28th, okay? So if you somebody is like, I really need to get closer to God, I really want to start working on eating right, I really want to start to lose the weight, I really want to get focused, I really want to get in a community of like-minded women, then this challenge is for you, okay? So make sure you join. So on today, it is Wednesday, and for Winning Wednesday, we are going to talk about winning in your mindset, okay? Good morning, Amma. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Moochie. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Mila. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Evangela Chaz. Thank you so much for joining, okay? And so winning in your mindset, that's the first place where you got to win, right? No matter what you are out there doing, right? Good morning, her baby mama. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. The first place that you got to win is in your mindset. Okay, when you're going out there to do something, whether it's to launch a business, whether it's to write a book, whether it's to start a nonprofit, whether it's to get a job, a new higher paying job to advance your career, whatever that thing is, it starts in the mindset. Okay, it starts in the mindset. And so the first thing is, if you feel like launching it, you're going to fail, then guess what? It's going to be a failure. But if you start the mindset like this thing is going to win, no matter what, it's going to win. It all starts in the mindset. Whatever you believe is what you believe. So that goes to like, what are you pouring into your mind? Yes, definitely starts in the mindset. Thank you so much for commenting and communicating back and forth, her baby mama. Good morning, Matty Moore. Thank you so much for joining. Good morning, Sandra. Thank you so much for joining. And so it starts in your mindset. And so that's why it's very important to make sure that you continue to do personal growth and development, okay? So personal growth and development is making sure that you are working on you, okay? Starting with your mind. What's the last book that you read? If you don't remember the last book that you read, you need to read a book, right? Leaders are readers. So if you're leading somebody, right, your children, yourself, whether you have an organization, whatever that thing is, you got to make sure that you are reading and pouring back into yourself. Who's in your circle? The people that you hang around. Are there people that's on the same level that you're on? Or is it people that are on a different level that you're aspire to be, right? Who's in your circle? Because we all know that matters as well. We've talked about this before. Birds of a feather flock together. So if you're hanging around a whole bunch of people that's complacent, that's stuck in where they are, whether it's their mindset, whether it's their career, they don't want to grow, like they are truly complacent and they're good in that area. They go to work, come home, do nothing outside of their dreams and their goals. Then guess what? You're going to continue to be that person because that's who you are hanging around. But if you hang around people that are on a level maybe a little higher than you, right? You hang around people that have already accomplished some of the things that you want to accomplish. You hang around people where the fire is hot, like they are excited about life. They are working on themselves. They're investing in themselves. They're pouring into their mindset. They're pouring into their dreams and their goals. They're out there learning different ways to be able to make income. They're learning different ways to be able to impact the community. Then guess what? You're going to be just like them, because those that you are hanging around, at some point, you're going to catch that flame of whatever flame they have. So the question is, what do you want for yourself? And on this Winning Wednesday, having a winning mindset is you can't go into doing something thinking that everything is going to be perfect. Everything's not going to be perfect. Well, I have to have everything in line before I launch this. Or I have to have everything in line before I even get started with putting this together. You don't. I'm going to tell you guys, just like Nike says. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining on Facebook. I can't see who you are, but good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Nike said, just do it. So what does that mean? That means just do it. Whether you've got that thing figured out, whether you know the ins and outs of something, just do it. Start. Continue to figure the thing out along the way. And stop talking yourself out of stuff. Like, that self-talk is so powerful. Like, we talk ourselves out of a lot of things. Like, no, I'm not going to do this. I don't know how to do this. Nobody will want what it is that I have. Good morning, Tamara. Nobody will be able to support me the way that I want to be supported. You know, stop talking yourself out of stuff. And believe bigger. Believe bigger. Like, y'all allow life circumstances to just completely take you out. And you know why that is sometimes? Because we don't know who we are. When you understand that you are a child of God, it don't matter what problem it is that you have. None of the problems are bigger than God. None of them are bigger than God. When I go back and overlook my life, right? Because I'm 42. I'll be 43 in February. Pray that God says the same. And so when I go back and look over my life, you know, I think about my mindset at different ages. Like in my 20s, baby, I was all over the place. I wasn't thinking about no purpose, especially in my early 20s. I was thinking about me, and me, what it is that I want, right? Not thinking about the decisions that I make in my 20s. It will affect me in my 30s and my 40s, okay? Most 20-year-olds are like that. Most 20-year-olds are like, okay, I finally got out of my mama house, my parents' home. Now I'm about to live. I don't have nobody in control of me, telling me what I can and cannot do. I'm about to get out here and get it. Right? Not thinking about the circumstances of the decisions that we make in our 20s. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you, beautiful? Not thinking about the decisions that we made in our 20s affect us down the line. Same thing. Your decisions in your 30s, your 40s, and your 50s is going to carry over to your 60s and your 70s and your 80s. So that's the first thing. Thank you so much for giving me the hearts and stuff, Miss Ash. I greatly appreciate you on TikTok. Thank you so much, beautiful. That's why you have to really make a decision, right, on what it is that you want. So I always go back to the 20s, because in our 20s, we jack up stuff. And in our 30s, we're like, okay, I was just playing around. I done jacked my credit up. You know, I was not caring about how I felt in my body, what I put in my body. I was just eating whatever. And now you start to see the consequences of the things that you did in your 20s and your 30s. And in your 30s, you're like, okay, now I want to do something different. I want to be able to correct some of the things that I did in my 20s, now in my 30s, right? So your years in your 30s is mostly corrections from what you did in your 20s, okay? But for those that are watching in the 20s, my daughter, she's in her 20s. She's very wise in her 20s, in her late 20s, right? For those that's watching in your 20s, I want you to understand that you can't just do everything you want to do in your 20s. Really think about life in the future. Think about what you do now is going to affect you down the line. So see, with me, I'm 42. In my 40s, now I'm trying to adjust when it comes to the weight and the health, because I didn't care in my 20s. I didn't care in my teenage years, right? We just ate whatever we wanted to eat. And so those things have caught up to me. And now this 42-year-old version of me, I'm correcting stuff that I did in my 20s. And so instead of doing all of the corrections, we got to stop and think sometimes, y'all. Now is the time to really start to do some critical thinking before you do things. And not only critical thinking, but invite God into your life. Say, God, I'm tired of doing life by myself, because I find myself not being able to move the way you want me to move. Not being able to do what you want me to do. I don't want this thing to be all about me. Good morning, Lala. Thank you so much for joining. I don't want this thing to be all about me, but I want it to be about what you want for me. And when you understand that it's not about you, but it's about God's will for your life, that's when you'll also see that, hey, I'm always win, because God is the head of that thing. God is first. I'm not doing something based off of what I wanted to do. Thank you so much for joining Teacup 25. I'm not just doing things based off of what I want to do, but I'm doing things based off of what the will of God is for my life. Because I told y'all, I wasn't focused about no purpose in my 20s. I was just focused about getting the money, getting to the bag, raising these children, fulfilling things that I was trying to fulfill that I was missing from childhood. That's what I was doing in my 20s. And most people are doing the same. They did the same, right? So I want you to understand that winning comes with the mindset. Know that you can accomplish anything that you desire to accomplish. But you got to believe. Thank you so much for joining, Nikki Love. You got to believe that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Like, you can move with confidence and knowing that, hey, I might launch this book. And hey, worst case scenario, if only my parent support me, and if only my parent read the book, if only my parent get a testimony out of what God has placed on the inside of me, then I've done great. Y'all, you just don't know who life that you can change by doing what God has told you to do. Like, write the book, you guys. If God placed a book on the inside of you, write it, and write it now. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. I was telling my community last night, you got to make sure that you do it. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. Just do it. If you don't know how to do it, figure it out. Because this is the thing, okay? If you was on a job and your manager said, you have to learn this new skill set in order for you to keep your job, and they not going to teach you the skill set, you got to figure it out on your own, what you going to do? You going to figure it out. You're going to go to YouTube. You're going to go to Google. You're going to go to TikTok. You're going to go to all of the different sources, the internet, to figure it out. Because you need that job, right? And if God say, write the book, you like, I don't know how to do it. I can't figure it out. I don't even know where to start. Your mindset have to switch. Your perspective have to change. Your purpose that God has on the inside of you is far greater than what it is that you're doing on a 9-to-5. And I'm not knocking a job, okay? Jobs are necessary. But your purpose is also necessary. So when God puts something on the inside of you and tell you to do it, you might not have all the ins and outs of how to do it. Figure it out. Good morning, Cynthia. Figure it out. When you really want to do something, you will figure that thing out. You'll figure out how to get the money for it. You'll figure out what you need to do to get started, how you need to get started, how long the thing's going to take. You're going to have all the ins and outs for it when you really want to do something. When you really want to walk with God, the head of your life, and do what God has told you to do, you are going to submit to his will and you're going to figure it out. Have those conversations with God. Like, God, I don't know what to do. Can you lead me in the right place? Send me the right people. Send me the destiny builders. Put me in the right places where I can grow. Put me in the right places where I can get everything that I need, right? To help me on this purpose that you've placed on the inside of me. Like, we got to stop being lazy, y'all. I'm just being honest. When it comes to God, we are lazy. When it comes to God, we won't even give him 5 minutes of the day to pray, to read the word, to worship, to thank him for waking us up to see another beautiful day. Because every day is not promised. That's the first one of the day. Good morning, Marquita. That's the first one of the day, waking up to see a brand new day. Somebody didn't get that opportunity. And we take life for granted. We take the opportunities that we have in our hands for granted. And I'm telling y'all from my own experience, like outside on what it is that I have, I've done some things in my business, but I haven't really done the full capacity prior to September 1st when I made a decision I'm going all in. Prior to that, I hadn't done the full capacity that I know I can do in my business. That means I was playing with what God has given me in my hands, right? So God will give you everything that you need to be successful in a thing, but you got to be willing to show up and do it. Do it when you're scared. Do it when you don't know the ins and the outs. Do it when nobody supports you. Do it when nobody show up. Y'all, I have been doing this live for about almost a month now, right? And I have people that sprinkle here, sprinkle there. I have people that watch the replay. And most people mindset is that microwave mindset. Like, I should have hundreds of people tuning in about now, right? You can't have that mindset. My mindset and my prayers is, God, whoever I'm supposed to touch on these lives, allow me to touch them. If it's one person a day that show up, if that's the person life that need to be changed with whatever it is that you're going to place on my heart to say on today, then allow that person to show up. You got to show up when nobody else show up. That's what obedience is when God tell you to do something. Obedience is not based off of your feelings. I can get in my feelings and be like, ain't nobody watching, nobody supporting, nobody doing this, nobody sharing, nobody, showing up like I feel they should show up, and don't do it. Then I'm blocking my own blessing. If God told me to show up, right? If God has told me to do something, then I am going to do it. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if I look stupid to other people, because guess what? I don't care about the opinions of other people. That bin went out the door, praise God. I only care about what my creator wants me to do. If God say come on this thing at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be obedient to come on at 4 o'clock, because somebody is going to come on that need that message. Y'all, we have to get out of our own way and do what God has told us to do. Write the book. I'm going back to this. I don't know who this is for, but this is really dropping deep in my spirit. Write the book. Whoever that is that has a book in them that they've been contemplating, they've been like, I don't know what to do. Or I don't know, what the title is. I don't know the ramifications of writing the book. Write the book, y'all. Go to YouTube, free 99. Somebody giving away the information absolutely free. Do it. I've never been a person in the mindset like, I don't want to teach nobody how to do this, or I don't want to show them what I did to get to this point. Guess what? What God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. Even if I show you from at point A to point Z on how to do something, if you don't have to get up and go about yourself, if you don't have the belief mindset that I can do this thing, you're not going to even do it. And I've showed you everything that I've done to be successful. You got to want it for yourself. You have to want it for yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, find a coach or a mentor to believe in you, to pour into you until you have that belief mindset that you can. And not only that, start on your personal growth and development. Read the books. Start off with the Bible, the book of Proverbs. It's going to give you some wisdom, right? Because again, I'm going to always go back to this. This is not a book about religion, y'all, but this is about a book of principles and laws to help you be successful in life. To help you be successful if you apply it to your life. You probably wonder like, well, I see a lot of people that's successful and they don't talk about God. They don't do this. They don't do that. Guess what? They understand the principles, because most of the principles and the things that people have put in success books, it comes from the Bible. They just reworded it. They just took it out the Bible and put it in a book. Because guess what? Most people don't read the Bible. Most people only go off of what they see on the internet these days. Most people only go off of what prophet or pastor that they see on the TikTok, or I'm saying the TikTok like I'm old, or YouTube, right? Instead of learning for themselves, reading for themselves, having a mindset for themselves. Remember I told y'all yesterday, you got to believe in something or you will fall for anything. So on today, I want you guys to know that winning starts in the mind. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Yeah, I believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I believe that whatever it is that God has put in my path, that he will allow me to use that for my purpose, for my good. Because the Bible said that all things work for the good for those that love the Lord. It also says in Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you. God already had the plans outlined for me when I was in my mother's womb. Okay? You just got to understand that you matter. You are worthy. You can do everything that, all of those things, those imaginations, things that you've thought of, you can do them. If God keep pressing on your heart to do something, you can do it. You just got to believe that you can. All right. So that's my time for today. If anything I said has touched your heart, mind, and soul, put a 1 in the comments. Make sure if you are not following me to follow me on this channel, this platform, whether you're watching the replay, wherever you are, hit the follow button, right? Make sure you like and subscribe and share, right? Because somebody may need this message on today. Okay, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Don't forget the October challenge for the for the Fill Your Cup First challenge. It starts on October the 1st. The link is on the video. It's also Abvantage, ABVANTAGE.net/home to sign up for the challenge. You can also go to my link. Now, I'm going to tell you on the verbiage on the challenge. It has September, okay? I got to go and update it for October. But you're going to get the same information. So if you sign up, and the dates are wrong, we start October 1st, I will send another email out to make sure that those that have signed up have the right information. But that's an example, y'all. I made a decision to announce it today before I did everything that I needed to do because I just hadn't had the time to update it. And I was like, well, no, I'm not going to wait a little longer. I'm going to talk about it now. Because the people that need to join the challenge, they need to join now. I'll figure out the logistics later, right? So just do it. Somebody is waiting on you. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, same place, same time, 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And know that you can do this thing. And somebody is waiting on your yes. Okay. So stop playing around with that thing that God has given you and get to work and go do it. Have an amazing day, you guys. I'll talk to you later.